Hello and welcome to another wonderful video. Today I'm going to be talking about the PS4 and their terrible menu system. Oh my god. I'm going to be comparing it to, I'm going to be comparing it to Xbox One and their menu, and I'm going to kind of just talk about my opinions and everything, and kind of show why I think Xbox One has a much better menu system than the PS4. And it's something that I really hope that the PS5 fixes when it eventually comes out. I really hope that they ditch this terrible menu system. But anyway, I'm gonna bring the camera closer to the TV and hopefully kind of talk a little bit about it. I can't really screen record the actual thing. I guess we're gonna start with Xbox One since it decides to come on. So this is the Xbox One menu. I'm gonna go ahead and sign in. All you have to do to sign in is to press a button. This is one thing that I press a couple buttons really. This is one thing that I really hope that the PS4 adopts, that the Xbox One adopts versus the PS4, because the PS4, it just automatically signs you in whenever you turn the console on, which is very convenient. However, in Xbox, for some reason that is not the case. I think there is a way to make it to where like your controller sets it up that way or whatever. But I'm not 100% sure. So this is what I'm talking about when I say that the Xbox has a much better menu. You start up the games there. Your My Games and Apps are right next to it. You can go over to RB whatever and go to these other things that are not really necessarily important. You can go directly to store, but with the press of a button. If you press well, I guess you can press LB. That's weird. But you can just go over to the store by pressing RB a couple times, and you'll be over there. And you can go to the store, kind of check things out. Now the store, I don't really like the store menu very much. It's actually very similar to the PS4 one, as you will see. But I don't know exactly what it is about it. But for some reason, I don't like it. I do like it a little bit more than the PS4 though. So well, there's that. But anyway, go back to the main menu. There's My Games and Apps. You just click that, and boom, all your games are here. All of your games, like all of them, even ones that are no longer downloaded. I think. Well, no, actually, all of these are downloaded. I assume because I have more games than this. But yeah, all your games are here. They're there. It's pretty simple. If you need to check on updates, you can just scroll down to updates. I'm talking about everything is kind of in one place. There's no like, oh, where is this thing at? Where is that at? Where are my apps at? How can I find my apps? They're just all in one folder. They're all right here in just one spot. I can scroll over to wherever I need to go. And if I ever want to go back home, I just press two buttons and I'm home. And then I can start a game and that sort of thing. So yeah, and then there's like a suggested app and pinned apps that you can have down here. For some reason, you can only get access to pinned apps when you're online. I've always thought that was a weird thing, but it is the case. But if you want some apps that you don't want to go to your My Games and Apps and go through all that process or whatever, you can just pin them into your suggested apps or whatever, and just scroll down, and they're all right here. The apps that you're going to use more often than the others, or apps that you just do for whatever reason. These are kind of just random stuff that I threw together. But anyway, yeah, this is the Xbox menu. It's very polished. It's very well put together. But now we're in the PlayStation 4 menu, and as you can see, there's a huge difference right away. First off, there's just a long row. It's just a long row. Now you can press L1 to go all the way back here, or R1 to go all the way back here, but it's not really going to help you too much. Of course, it does help you get to your library quicker, which is kind of convenient, but not always the best case. It's just not. It doesn't feel very convenient to do that. Whenever you want to go to whatever game that you have on your disc, you can press the home button and it will send you directly back to it. So you can click on it and go directly to it. But here's the thing: every single time you download a game, every single time you download an app, whatever it is, it puts it on your main menu on this really long bar that is so inconvenient to go through. Now I've personally kind of organized everything. All the default apps I've put into a single folder so that they're all out of my way. Now, here's the thing. If I didn't create this folder, this entire long, huge row would be sitting up here between all my games and all my apps and whatever else, and it would be very inconvenient. It's much more inconvenient. That's why I originally put them all together in a single folder. So that's one thing that the PS4 kind of helps kind of has to help you with its menu system, is that you can create folders and stuff, and I think that's good, but it ultimately doesn't fix the issue of like, why is it, you know, horizontal instead of just several different things all in one spot? You know, I don't understand that. Like why can't I just, you know, scroll down and go, you know, like this or something? Like there's apps below and on top. You know what I mean? Kind of like how the Xbox does it. I just feel like they need to kind of take a little bit note from their system and everything. But I've organized my things from like downloadable games that I can just play whenever I want without a disc, and then obviously this is always up here. But this is what I'm talking about. Like this game is not inside. The disc isn't inside. Why is it on my menu? Why is it on my main menu? Why isn't that just off the main menu? Again, this one isn't in the cartridge or whatever you want to call it, the disc thing. It's not inside the PS4 right now. So why is it on my menu? Why is this one 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 on my menu? Why is every single game that I own or ever input into my game ever just sitting on my main menu? Like, that's ridiculous. Why isn't all of that over on the library? And then the game that is currently in just sitting right here, along with, you know, your default apps and some of your downloadable apps, or have direct folders for those. I just don't understand that. Now, this issue goes into some of the other apps, and some of their it just keeps going. The issue doesn't just stop with the main menu. So you go to TV and video. This is how I usually like to watch, you know, YouTube or Netflix or whatever. You can go to TV and video, and it's completely disorganized. It's a complete mess here. So for starters, I don't have Prime Video installed. I don't have Hulu installed. I don't have View or Store installed. Well, I guess technically I have these installed because they're default. But I never use them. I don't know why they're sitting there. I don't have MLB TV installed. I don't have Twitch installed, which I may have Twitch installed. I'm not 100% sure. But I don't have most of these apps installed. So why are the apps that I do have installed, such as YouTube, sitting way back here? I just think that this whole disorganized mess is just inconvenient. Why isn't it all why isn't this just the apps that I have? Why isn't View, Store, YouTube, and I think Twitch? I think I have that. I'm not 100% sure. Why is that all just lined up right next to each other instead of being separated so far away? That's just something that I have gripe with, because if I want to watch YouTube, I have to press this, then I have to scroll all the way over, then I have to press YouTube, and then finally get to YouTube and everything like that. But I think it's very strange that this is the system that they have. They also have like all of this stuff, like featured stuff, Netflix recommended, Prime Video, live TV, stuff like that for some reason. Which, this is kind of good. I can quickly check on what's trending on YouTube without going to YouTube, if it'll load. So this is stuff that's trending, for example. So and not just that, there's even more issues with that I have with, you know, the PS4 menu. So your notifications go up here, and not really big issue. I kind of wish they would kind of expire, so to speak, and they would go away after a couple of days, but they don't. They just stay there. That's fine. Again, not a super big issue. For some reason, I'm not going to do it because I will probably have to restart my entire PS4, but for some reason, whenever I want to edit my profile, it lags to the point where it's basically impossible to do anything. Then finally, settings, which I can't tell you how many times that, like, I know where settings are, but I can't tell you how many times, like, my brother or someone else is like, where are the settings in PS4 at? And I have to tell them that it's that weird briefcase looking thing at the top of your menu, which you can't normally see. Like, you can't see that unless you've already gone up to check for, like, notifications or whatever. Because when you're down here, all you can see are, you know, the notifications, the your profile thing, and your friends thing, and then your achievements. That's all you can see. Why can't you see why can't you see events? Why can't you see messages? Why can't you see party? Why can't you see trophies? Well, you can. Why can't you see settings? Why can't you see the power thing? Another way to go to settings. Can you go to settings this way? I don't think you can. Or you can. You can even go to settings by pressing this button, which if you hold down the power button, or not the power button, but if you hold down the main menu button, this will appear. Which I think that's very convenient for stuff like turning off the PS4. You can turn it off very, very quickly by doing that. Why isn't settings here? Settings should be over here. There should be settings right next to it. There's just not. There's no settings there. You can customize this, but there's no way to put settings there. You can't put settings. There's no way. You can add party and communities and music for some reason, but there's no way to access settings from this, which is a very strange thing. And then, of course, like I mentioned, they hide the settings up here at the top, where I assume most people never go, because again, most of this stuff is just sitting right here. Basically, everything but these settings is sitting there, which is very strange. But you finally go to settings, and it's just all over the place. Not necessarily all over the place, but it's up and down, and which I guess that's fine. But there's a lot. There is a lot, and some of it is like you're never going to use it. Some of it is, what even is that? What is initialization? What does that even mean? Power saver settings, which obviously you know what that is. Video playback settings, which is obvious. Remote play connection. Some of this stuff is obvious, but it just seems, I don't know, something about this doesn't seem good. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like a good menu system. So another thing I want to mention about PS4, and I don't know if this is just my issue or if it's other people's issues, but as you can see, I have this background. I don't know how well you can see it, but I'll stand right here in front of the window. I don't know how well you can see it, but yeah, I have like this background back there with trees and everything. That was a screenshot from a video game. Every once in a while, if I change the background, or without even changing the background, there will be this case where, for whatever reason, it just goes back to the default background for some reason, and that is very strange. It always throws me for a loop. I'm like, what's going on? Why is my background not there? And then sometimes maybe an hour later, or after I finish playing a game or something, I'll go back to the main menu and it'll be there. My background will be there again. But for the most part, I'm actually lucky that this showed up, because a lot of the times, whatever customized personalization things that I do to my PS4, it always resets the default randomly out of nowhere. But yeah, these are kind of all my gripes with the whole system. But yeah, this is just my thoughts on it. I kind of ranted a little bit longer than I thought I was gonna do. Ran a little bit longer than I thought I was gonna rant. But anyway, that's my opinion on all of this. That's going to do it for the video, I guess. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, do those wonderful things. Because when you do those wonderful things, you get access to wonderful content such as this. But not just that, you get to become wonderful yourself. Anyway, like I said, thanks for watching however you watched, and don't forget to stay wonderful.